I go. That's the worst though.
Fine.
Not yet. Hello, welcome back to Independence Today. I'm
Hello.
Maria.
I'm Joanne Neely, and we are with.
My name is Lana Kunik, and I am the director of the Diabetes Prevention Program at the Sept Center of Northwest Pennsylvania.
That's wonderful. Thank you for being here. I would like you to start off, just tell us a little bit about, for those that don't know, what is the Sept Center and what kinds of services do you guys offer?
Sure. The Sept Center it's a nonprofit agency. We've been around 85 plus years, so we're legit. We're located on West 26th Street, right across from Bonnell's Collision, and we have a slew of services. So again, it's the Sept Center, and that's S-I-G-H-T. A lot of people think it's S-I-T-E.
Right.
Sept Center, so we have our programs that promote independence, and those programs are transportation, our door-through-door services. So someone who either has a visual impairment or who is blind, we have dedicated drivers who go right to their homes and pick them up for those crucial appointments, such as grocery shopping, eye doctor's appointments, physicals. So that kind of takes that transportation barrier out of someone's life who has a visual impairment.
Mm-hmm.
We also have our Wednesday Club, it meets every other Wednesday of the month. It's a group of people with vision loss who come together and they learn new things, they do fun things, they cook together, they go all around to our local fun spots here in Erie, like Asbury Woods and Mason Farms. And it's really just that community, that network of support that we offer within the Sept Center. And then we have our prevention services, which I'm going to be talking about one of those quite a bit today. And that's the Diabetes Prevention Program. It's one of our services. I don't know if you ladies know this, but diabetes is the leading cause of vision loss in the United States amongst the working age. So it really is a perfect fit having this prevention program in-house at the Sept Center. Our mission at the center is to prevent blindness, but also promote independence to those with vision loss and those who are blind. So that service goes right into that prevention bucket. And we also have preschool vision screenings. So we go into the schools, we have a top-notch vision screening device where we can have like an early detection screening for someone who's not yet kindergarten age, which is very important. We have an eyeglass program that we work with the Lions Club on, and a low vision clinic. So if someone is not able to have their vision corrected through the typical optometrist, they're sent to us, and then what we do is we have a low vision doctor who works with them to find adaptive equipment to help them live a better life, a more high quality life where they can read the mail, the Bible, whatever it is they want, we have the equipment for it. So we do a lot, and we serve 7 counties, so it's a really big agency.
What is your region that you serve?
Yes.
What is the age group? Any age, or like you're saying preschool to?
So for each service has a different age group, I think.
Okay.
So for the preschool vision screenings, we catch them before kindergarten. So typically preschool age or younger. For the diabetes prevention program, that's an adult program, so it's 18 or older. And for all of our other services, such as the Wednesday Club, the transportation, it's 18 and over.
Okay, great. So that's a good wide variety of people that you can serve as well.
We try to catch them all.
Well, obviously one of the things that, CRI loves to partner with agencies. So this is a wonderful collaboration that we're going to talk about a little bit later. But, I just I'm so happy that we're able to offer this service, and we'll talk more about what the whole program will entail. But I did want to talk some generic stuff about diabetes, because I think people understand what diabetes is, but really, what is the definition, and what can you tell us about diabetes as a whole?
You are correct. Diabetes is very complex. And I don't know if you've had this experience, or if you had a family member, you go to the doctor, sometimes you get the diabetes diagnosis and they say, oh, it's just a touch of sugar, just cut back on your carbohydrates. But there's so much more. Diabetes itself, in a nutshell, is when your body doesn't produce enough insulin to control blood sugars, and or your body just doesn't effectively deal with that insulin. And what that does is it causes elevation in blood sugars, and then dips, and then spikes, and then dips. And then that leads to a condition called prediabetes, which then can lead to type 2 diabetes. And along with type 2 diabetes are some unsavory side effects that can come along with that.
Sure.
Things like amputation. Have you heard of someone who,
Yeah.
the circulation,
Lost toes. Yeah.
lost toes, lost fingers, it can even be lost legs up to the knee. So it is a serious condition, and again, vision loss. Vision loss is a side effect of uncontrolled diabetes. And anyone who's listening to this, if you have diabetes or someone you love does have diabetes, do know that it's not inevitable that you're going to lose your vision or lose a limb. It just means that you need to do what you can do to prevent that blood sugar from spiking, such as take your medication as recommended and lifestyle changes, which we'll talk about later in the program.
Sure. That's one, that's, like I said, everyone knows, what diabetes is, but, how can you prevent it? And that's the main issue. What are some specific risk factors for diabetes that people should be aware of? I know you touched a little bit on that, but.
Yeah, that is, there are two different kind of categories of risk factors that I talk about. There's the uncontrollable risk factors. So unfortunately, men are at higher risk. Nothing you can do about that, men, you're just at higher risk. Age, so as we get older, our risk factors increase, and then also ethnicity. So those are three non-controllable factors. Two things that you can do to prevent the prediabetes diagnosis and diabetes is maintain a healthy weight, which is easier said than done, and move your body. So those are the two controllable factors that we ourselves can do to help lessen our risk.
Okay. Are there any practical strategies for preventing diabetes that can easily be implemented in a daily routine? Because a lot of people, like, what, I can be active, I can do this, I can do that, but what is the most practical thing that we can take responsibility for?
Yeah, practical and across the board that most everybody can do. This program that we're talking about, this National Diabetes Prevention Program, it's evidence-based. Meaning this isn't just pulled out of the air, the things I'm going to tell you right now. This is from years and years of studies that show that losing as little as 7% of whatever somebody's baseline body weight is enough to bring down blood sugars, A1C, blood pressure, cholesterol, and triglycerides.
Wow.
So those are all things that can cause early death.
Sure.
So that could be 12 pounds.
Wow.
Which I know that can be a struggle, but just know if you're in this room or you're listening, get on the scale, figure out what your 7% weight loss is, and then through diet, nutrition, and exercise, that's one way that you can reduce your risk. The second part of the program we focus on is movement, no matter how you can. So the goal is 150 minutes of movement. It could just be walking or sitting in a chair, getting your heart rate up. So 2 weights in your hands, lifting your hands. Anything where you feel like your breathing has changed, that's when your heart rate is up in that heart health range. So that's what we focus on the program too, and that's things that you can focus on. 7% weight loss and getting your heart up into that range if possible, where you're breathing heavy, you could talk to a friend, but you couldn't hold a note because you're too out of breath.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this program that's coming up soon, and we'll give the dates and information. We'll even put some information on our center for independent living, the page. But I want you to talk to everyone about this program, how you got involved, what it all entails, and how it can be helpful to anyone who wants to be part of it.
So this particular program is a national program. It's in every state in the country. It's proven to prevent the onset of type 2 diabetes. What's special about what I'm talking to you ladies about today is that I've partnered with Special Olympics and Lakeshore Foundation. And what they've done is they've worked with the Center for Disease Control to create an adaptive curriculum. So the curriculum is geared towards someone with an intellectual or developmental disability, but really anyone who joins the program can benefit from it. And the reason that we find that this curriculum is so important to bring to the forefront is people with the intellectual and developmental disabilities are at higher risk for diabetes because a lot of the times mobility is an issue, so that exercise can kind of stifle them in that area. Maybe access to food, access to health care, some medications that are prescribed for maybe behavioral or, the psychiatric medications, they can cause weight gain and insulin resistance and diabetes. I'm not sure if you ladies were aware of that.
Yeah.
So they are at much higher risk. So this curriculum is tailored specifically for this group of people so that we can make it as easily adaptable and as realistic as possible for someone to come through the program, learn what foods are protein, but also find out where are they at maybe financially. Are they in a food desert? Is it gonna, we're not gonna be in there talking to these people about health and nutrition and saying, well, we want you to eat tofu for breakfast, we want you to have sushi for lunch. I mean, we're meeting you where you're at. We're trying to identify foods that you're gonna be able to afford and you actually like to eat.
Right. So what are those barriers, and let's see how we can work around that.
Exactly. What are those social determinants of health? So this program really addresses several different social determinants of health. Transportation, I know is difficult. Joanne has opened up the site here at CRI where we're going to actually be holding this specific pilot. So anyone who is actually, do you call your members clients? Consumers. So any consumers of CRI, you know where this is at. You know this is a beautiful space. And what we're going to be doing is is it okay if I go into the dates?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are hosting something called a discovery session. And it's about this program we're talking about. It's going to be held here at CRI on Tuesday, September 23rd at 1 p.m. It's about an hour. About an hour is what that will run. We're going to give you something to eat, something to drink. You're going to meet your potential coaches that are going to be working with you on meeting your goals, your nutrition goals. You're going to meet your potential class, and we're going to do a big time deep dive into the program so that anyone who enrolls knows exactly what to expect.
Right, what they're getting into and what's the commitment.
Yes, and it is a commitment.
Right.
I mean, being part of a lifestyle change program, lifestyle change isn't easy.
Exactly, it's not gonna happen overnight, it takes work,
That is right. Overnight, if there was something magical like that, we all would be attempting that. But it is a commitment, also making sure that the person who attends this discovery session is ready to initiate change. They're ready to change the way they eat. They're ready to increase their water. So little food for thought. We start this program at 40 ounces of water is the initial goal.
Okay.
So do either one of you ladies get that already?
I try to a lot, to meet that, but
That's good.
It's mostly coffee, but I do drink water.
Water's not coffee.
Yeah, coffee we don't count unless it's decaf.
Yeah.
We do count decaf, coffee, and tea as your water intake if that's all we can get out of here.
Right.
So we're trying to get pure water in there. But I digress. So yes, so the discovery session is important if you yourself know that you want to attend, or if somebody is interested that is a support person. So you're someone that's there with someone who has IDD. I myself, I have a little brother. We've had him since we have adopted him when he was 6 weeks old. My mother and father care for him, 24/7 care. He's an angel and we love him very much. But do you notice anything from your support staff, maybe that you could think, this might be really helpful to them? Do you notice maybe some neglect of their own self-needs, right? Because they're putting the needs of others ahead of themselves. So those caretakers and those support people, you too are at higher risk because stress puts you at higher risk. Even if it's not bad stress, just different life stresses, running someone from here to there, that can put you at higher risk for developing diabetes. So a support person would be a great fit to not just be a part of it and take part in this program yourself, but also to be there for the person that you're with a lot. So you can help them with food options, cooking, whatever it is that your chore or your job is with that person.
Yeah, that was one of the selling points for me, is because I think you do need that support network to make it all work and make sense.
Yes.
Because as you said, that the caretaker, support person, family member is preparing your meals sometimes for you. You're shopping together. So, you have snacking habits that are the same. So, I think having that support built into the program is huge, just because, and they may know what motivates you or to help you through a difficult part of maybe what you're struggling. So I thought that was just very unique and great that you put that as part of the whole concept.
I'm glad, and that decision came from a lot of focus groups.
Yes.
A lot of outreach, just finding out what people wanted that are in these specific situations, and that was something that was
Absolutely.
very common, is
Yeah.
we need to take care of ourselves
Yeah.
too.
So this is only, like I think you had told me before, but this particular program that we're sponsoring, this is only for people with intellectual disabilities. It is geared toward that population.
It is geared towards that population because this is a pilot that we're running with the Special Olympics. The program that I run, the traditional program I run out of the Site Center is for anyone who has prediabetes or is struggling to maintain a healthy weight. This program applies to them. So if you're someone that falls into that category, you're welcome to, he or she is welcome to join this program here, but do know that we open classes monthly all over Erie, Crawford, Venango.
Yes.
We're actually in Allegheny County now.
Oh, that's great,
Running
yeah.
Pittsburgh programming.
That's awesome.
But it would be beneficial, either program. This pilot would be beneficial for anyone, but we are focusing on that IDD population and caretakers.
Okay. And you said about an hour-long class.
Yes.
And it is going to run for 12 weeks, correct?
So this program runs, it's actually over the course of a year, but we don't meet weekly for a year. It's the cadence kind of trickles off. So we go weekly, then bi-weekly, and then the last 6 months is just once a month.
Okay.
And that's crucial
Okay.
because anyone that's gained or lost a lot of weight, that you lose momentum, right?
Right.
It's like what these monthly meetings are when we get to the monthly is to get that win back on your sale.
Okay.
Check in with you, make sure that you're staying on track. And I didn't mention this, but in the program, there's private weigh-ins. So we take each participant, we weigh them privately, and that's really just to get a baseline of where they're at and make sure that the tools that they're implementing are working for them. Because it's not a one-size-fits-all type of a
Very
program.
individualized. Yeah.
Very individualized. And it's fun. I mean, we cook for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna be cooking, giving you different foods that you might not ever try on your own, but we're preparing them in fun ways. There's
That's
incentives.
great.
Anyone
That's
who joins this group, Special Olympics has provided these awesome little tumblers to encourage you to get your water in. So there are more reasons to come than just your health outcomes. It's a very fun class and it's a network of support.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be 10 to 15 people working on the same goals. Nothing bonds you more than having a group of people that
To motivate you.
Yes.
A lot.
bounce
Right.
ideas
Yes.
off of. So it's really, really fun
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that's wonderful. I think, I'm very excited about it. And we have a few people who have expressed, that they want to participate. Again, we will put the information on our website and on the Center for Independent Living. For anyone who's interested in signing up, they can call me and I will put them on the list and we'll give you the information on the 23rd at 1 o'clock at CRI to be part of the program. Is there anything else you would want to talk about regarding this or just overall?
Just overall, even if somebody sees this when it goes on your Facebook or if it's on YouTube, overall, I have to say this because I am a public health professional, you don't have to join a program to make healthy lifestyle changes, okay? This program is support for you, but say this, you're thinking transportation, I could never get there on a regular basis or whatever your barrier is, keep this in mind, move more today than you did yesterday, so just be increasing those steps. Number 2, get your water intake up. You need to flush out all of that yucky stuff, right? We need to keep things flushed out. And number 3 would be portion sizes. So there's no foods that are off limits, but if you're someone who's struggling to maintain a healthy weight and maybe you have diabetes or you're at risk, just read the food labels and try and eat food within the portion. So really quick example, if you get a tube of Pringles, that whole tube's not the serving. Some people don't realize that, right? So if there's 200 calories per serving, and there's 3 servings in that tube, that's 600 calories that you're eating if you eat the whole tube. And we do focus a lot on not reading in depth into those food labels, but just getting the couple important ones out there so that someone knows what to look for when they're choosing
Exactly,
food.
yeah, because there's so many things out there nowadays that are not good for you.
Yeah.
And could trigger all kinds of other health issues.
Yes, absolutely, yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
How can, I want to give you the opportunity, you're located on 26th Street, you
Yes.
said, the site center across from Brendell's there. And I finally saw where you guys
Oh, yeah,
are.
we're like up on
I've
the hill
passed you
there.
a million and one times, never
We're
really
hidden.
saw it.
Yeah.
You are kind of hidden, but, just to let anybody know. Is there a phone number that you can share that if anyone has any general, questions about the site center and your services?
Yep, there's a couple ways that you can get a hold of myself or the site center. So you can call 814-455-0995. That's our direct line.
Okay.
If you want me, I'm Lana Kunik. You can ask for me. Or you can jump on our website, which is sitecenternwpa.org. And if you want to learn more about this diabetes prevention program, you can just click on the Type 2 Could Be You tab, but also peruse our other services, because our motto is, and I have to give Shannon Wolford a shout out for this because she came up with this motto, is know us before you need us. So you might not have vision loss right now or have anyone in your life, but it could happen. It's actually quite common.
Right.
So make sure that you know we're there, what services we have to offer, so that when and if the time comes, you know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. This has been very, educational and just a lot of really great things that you guys offer for services. But I'm looking forward to partnering with you and to get this, kicked off on September 23rd. So again, we'll put the information out there. We appreciate everything and we look forward to having this be a very beneficial workshop for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It's gonna be
Amy.
fun, I think.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it so much.
So we have a couple of activities this month. It's going to be a packed one. So we have on September 8th, then a walk with us for a nature walk at Asbury Woods. So give us a call if you want to go to that. Then we have our self-advocacy group on September 9th, the day after, and that's going to be from 1 to 3. Let me go back. The Asbury walk is going to be from 11 to 3. And then self-advocacy is 1 to 3. Then we have game day September 19th, and that's from 10 to 12. Fall craft activities here at September 22nd, 11 to 1. And then the Get Healthy, yes, and then the Get Healthy Diabetes Type 2 Could Be You. And that's going to be September 23rd at 1 p.m. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yes.
so we've got a lot of activities coming up. We're looking forward to the kickoff of the diabetes program. And, hopefully you will join us for our other wellness activities and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you so much.